Hey, before we start, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stories like this need to be shared. The moment she walked into the bedroom, I felt it. The air shifted like it knew something I didn't. My heart beat a little faster, not in excitement, but in that hollow kind of tension you feel when something's off. She looked different tonight. Not in her face, not in her smile, but in the way she moved, casual yet deliberate, like she wanted me to notice her in a way I wasn't expecting. I had just finished checking the messages on my phone. Nothing unusual, just the usual banter from friends, a few memes, a notification from a delivery app. But in the back of my mind, there was a nagging feeling, a small voice I'd been ignoring for weeks. She stepped closer. I could smell her perfume, familiar, comforting, but tonight, even that felt different, warmer, more provocative, in a way that made my stomach twist. And then, without a word, she let her robe slip. Time stopped. I froze. My eyes widened. My brain scrambled. I wanted to react, to say something, anything, but the words wouldn't come. What was going on? I finally managed to choke out. Her smile was slow, deliberate, almost teasing, but there was a hardness behind it, a distance I hadn't felt in years. My gut told me this wasn't a playful moment. There was a story behind her eyes, something she wasn't ready to tell me, something I didn't want to imagine. She didn't answer, just held my gaze, letting the silence stretch, letting my confusion and panic grow. I could hear my own heartbeat, the faint hum of the air conditioner, the creak of the floorboards beneath us. Everything was amplified in that room. The smell of her hair, the softness of the carpet, the tension in the way her fingers lingered on the edge of the dresser. Then my phone buzzed on the nightstand. A message from an unknown number. I saw everything. I swallowed hard. My chest tightened. The room felt suddenly smaller, claustrophobic. Her robe, the message, her unreadable expression. It all felt like the first domino in a chain I wasn't ready to face. I had no idea that this night would change everything between us. The second the door clicked shut behind her, my mind raced. That message, I saw everything, burned against my chest like a warning. My fingers shook as I opened again. No sender, no context, just those 4 words that made my blood run cold. I turned to her, hoping for some explanation, some hint that this wasn't a nightmare, but the look in her eyes froze me. She wasn't ashamed. She wasn't embarrassed. She was distant, like I had just walked into someone else's secret. Who sent this? I asked, my voice barely steady. She shifted, avoiding my gaze. Her hands fidgeted with the edge of the dresser, her movements too deliberate, too careful. It doesn't matter, she said softly, but her tone betrayed her. It always did. I had known her for 10 years, married for 7. I could read the hidden tremor, the hesitation. And then it hit me. The nights she said she was working late. The weekend trips she claimed were for errands. The subtle extra care with her phone, locking it every time she stepped into another room. The fleeting glances, the whispered laughs that weren't meant for me. I had ignored them because I wanted to. I wanted to believe there was nothing there. Now, with her robe slipping from her shoulders and that impossible silence hanging between us, denial felt impossible. My chest ached, my stomach twisted. I felt like I was standing on a cliff, staring at a chasm I didn't even know existed. I need the truth, I said, my voice shaking. Everything. Right now. She finally met my eyes, and in that moment I saw it. Not love, not guilt, not fear, but a raw, unfiltered truth she had been hiding for months. I didn't mean for you to find out like this, she whispered, almost to herself. I didn't want to hurt you, but it's too late now. I felt like the air was being sucked from the room. What are you talking about? My words came out sharp, panicked, desperate. Her phone buzzed again on the dresser. She didn't reach for it, but I did. And when I saw the messages, photos, texts, late-night plans, I realized in a heartbeat that the betrayal wasn't small. It wasn't a slip. It was a secret life, one I had never been invited into. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run. I wanted to hit something. But all I could do was stare at the screen, at her, at the shattered pieces of the life I thought we shared. And then she spoke again, calm, almost chilling. I need to tell you everything, but you might not be able to handle it. I sank into the edge of the bed, my hands gripping the sheets until my knuckles whitened. Her words hung in the air, heavier than anything I'd ever felt. I need to tell you everything, but you might not be able to handle it. I looked at her, at the woman I had trusted with every corner of my heart, and for the first time, she seemed like a stranger. The room felt smaller, the shadows longer. I swallowed hard, forcing myself to breathe, to brace for the storm I knew was coming. She sat on the opposite side of the bed, robe loosely draped, shoulders tense. It started months ago, she began, voice low, almost fragile. At work, I met someone. I never meant for it to go this far, but I got caught up in it. I thought I could stop before it became real, but it did. I felt like the floor had fallen out from under me. My chest tightened, my stomach turned over. You what? You've been cheating? The words tasted bitter, foreign. I couldn't even feel the anger yet. Only a raw, hollow shock that threatened to swallow me whole. She nodded, tears spilling now, uncontrolled. I didn't want you to see me like this. I never wanted to hurt you. I cut her off, my voice trembling, sharp. Do you even hear yourself? All the nights, all the lies, all the excuses. It wasn't just a mistake. You built a whole other life behind my back. Her tears fell faster, and I could see the guilt etched into every line of her face. But seeing it didn't soften the blow. My trust, our marriage, our memories, they were cracking, splintering, like a window struck by a rock. I wanted to run. I wanted to yell. I wanted to throw everything around me in rage. But instead, I did something I hadn't expected. I felt an icy calm settle over me. A realization that this betrayal wasn't my fault. That I deserved better than hidden messages and late-night lies. I need space, I said finally, my voice steady despite the ache in my chest. I need to figure out what this means. For me, for us. Right now, I can't even look at you the same way. She nodded, knowing there were no words left that could fix this. Silence stretched between us, heavy, suffocating, filled with what was lost. And in that quiet, I understood something vital. Love is not enough when trust dies. And some wounds can't be undone, only survived.